What's up, YouTube? Cash Sports here. This is a sports channel, so let's talk some sports. This is a great time to be a sports fan. There's a lot going on in the sports world right now. Last night, we saw a great game to end week 6 of the NFL season. Major League Baseball is in the league championship round on the road to the World Series. The National Basketball League begins its season next week. And the National Hockey League has already begun their season. It's just a great time to be a sports fan. And my favorite sport, my number one sport, boxing, is still on fire. Has been on fire all year. Like I said, I call 2023 a throwback year. Because it's like the years in the old days, 70s, 80s, when I first started watching boxing. Big fight after big fight after big fight after big fight. And we had another couple of big cards this past weekend. Tim Tszyu got another win. And he's making a believer out of me because he's getting, like he's showing more and more improvement each fight. And a fight between him and Jermell Charlo at this point would be very interesting and is becoming very attractive to the fans. And after his victory over Brian Mendoza Saturday, Tszyu made a very hard call out of Jermell Charlo. So, what you gonna do, Jermell? You went up there and you made the big bag off of Canelo, and you still hold 3 titles at 154. The only one you don't have now is the one they stripped from you and gave to Tszyu. It would be very impressive if you came back down there and took it back. But the question is, can Mel take it back? Tszyu clearly doesn't think so. And he was wearing that thing proudly Saturday. Tszyu had a unanimous, dominating win over Mendoza. Mendoza's a tough guy, though. You know, I figured he'd go the distance. You know, he's never been down in his career. And he still haven't been down. Tszyu couldn't do it, but he got a clear-cut victory. And the fans are waiting to see what Mel is going to do. And everybody's talking about fighting Canelo. Even Tszyu mentioned it. Canelo needs to fight somebody that a 168 fighter. And I don't mean somebody that just came up from 154, 147. I mean somebody that's been fighting at 168. Somebody named David Benavidez or David Morrell or Demetrius Andrade or Caleb Plant, Christian and Billy. Okay, one of those guys. And I'm not saying Canelo doesn't beat all those guys. I'm just saying he needs to fight them. You know, we don't want to see him to drag somebody else up 2 or 3 weight classes again, then beat up on him. We have weight classes for a reason. Another fight on the Tim Tszyu Mendoza card was Keyshawn Davis. Okay. And he's very noticeable because of the trash talking he does. And he likes to showboat in the ring. And he got the win Saturday. But he didn't get his man out of there like he said he was. But hey, he got the win. And from what I hear from a very reliable source, Andy Cruz is up there in that Bozianus camp wreaking havoc in sparring. And remember, Andy said it was Keyshawn's daddy because of those victories in the Olympics. Hopefully we'll get them one day. But Keyshawn has 10 fights. Andy just has 1, but there's some that believe Andy is ready for Keyshawn right now. And they have Andy on the fast track because he has that Cuban boxing school experience, that Cuban style, that Olympic pedigree. And his first fight was a 10-rounder. And I haven't seen anything of Andy on the schedule or heard anything, but he should be getting back in there pretty soon. And as long as him and Keyshawn keep winning, that'll be a very interesting fight down the line. Maybe not too far down the line because of the history they have. But Keyshawn sort of turns people against him because of the talking he does. And then the thing with me is I don't mind the talking because, you know, you get in the ring and back it up, talk all you want, but it's just the showboating in the ring, you know, in there dancing and shimmying and, you know, that nonsense. Disrespectful to your opponent, disrespectful to the sport. And that turns people against you. Now, as far as trash talking, these guys have to, because these promotional companies are not promoting these guys at all. I didn't even know Keyshawn was fighting this weekend until about Thursday. And I had one guy, and a lot of people didn't know he was fighting until, you know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. One guy told me he didn't even know. He just heard the result of the fight after the fight. That's how he found out he fought this week. Top Rank does a terrible job of promoting, and the other ones, Oscar and Golden Boy and the guys that fight at PBC and Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, they don't do much better. So these guys have to come on social media and trash talk to promote themselves. Okay? So the fans, we need to stop putting the fighters down for trash talking. Okay? Because that's part of the promotion. Because the promotional companies definitely aren't doing their jobs. That's what fighters have them for, to promote them. They're called promotional companies, but they are definitely not doing it. So the guys come out and trash talk and, you know, promote themselves. And I'm hearing some things about people are being offered the Boots fight. They're turning it down. Cody Crowley. reported that he has never made over $200,000 for a fight. He was offered $1 million to fight Boots. He turned it down. I guess he didn't want that L on his record yet. Stanionis, he said he needed tune-up. Well, you can't blame him because he wasted all that time getting ready for the Virgil Ortiz fight, and then they had a couple cancellations and ended up not having it. So it's been over a year. So Boots is not the one you want to get in the ring with, working off of a year layoff. So I don't blame Stanionis. But I think Barrios would take the Boots smoke. I got Barrios turning down any smoke. But the move Boots might have to make is to go to 154. I know he wanted to win a championship or championships at 147, but you can't win them if nobody's going to fight you. You know? Look at the older guys in the division. Sean Porter, he straight up said he wasn't fighting Boots. Danny Garcia, he straight up said he wasn't fighting Boots. Keith Thurman may as well have said it. He didn't say it, but all his actions pointed to him straight up not going to fight Boots. So Earl and Bud, they're not going to fight him. High risk, low reward. You know, either one of those guys that win against Boots. Hey, what are we going to say? Or it's the young guy, inexperienced, you're supposed to beat him. But if they lose to Boots, woo! Look what they lose. They lose the titles, prestige. Wow. So they're not going to fight him. Not at 47. So 54 might be the move for Boots. Because of guys like Tim Tszyu, those guys are fighting. And where is Brian Castano? Because I think a very interesting fight would be him and Tim Tszyu. But Castano hasn't fought since him and Mel Charlo too. And that was in 2022, wasn't it? So I don't know where he is. He's past due for another fight. But that's a good question about Castano, who is a very good fighter. I think they cheated him out of Undisputed because I really believe he won that first fight against Jamel, which they called the draw. But as far as Mel and Tszyu, I think Mel beats him. Tszyu has proven and impressed me every fight, but he really hasn't. He hasn't fought a really top name. Mendoza got a lucky punch in against the Tower Inferno Fundora. Fundora was cruising along, winning the fight, and just got careless, lost focus for one moment, and that's all it takes in boxing. Is one moment. You know, they say everybody has a puncher's chance. And Mendoza cashed in on that puncher's chance. Fundora lost focus for that minute and bang. Next thing you know, he was down on the mat. Fundora was the winner. Mendoza was the winner. So Tszyu beating him, it was a good win, but that, that doesn't say he beats Mel because he beat Brian Mendoza. No. This weekend, I know we have Jack Catterall versus Jorge Linares. And every time I see Catterall, I think about the robbery They robbed him of Undisputed, you know, and it's only been a handful of guys that's achieved Undisputed. And when they took that fight from Catterall and gave it to Josh Taylor, you know, he probably would never get to fight for Undisputed again in his career. You know, it's not often you fight for Undisputed. And this kid won it, and they took it. That was a shame. And then Taylor didn't give him the rematch, right? And now all the belts are spread out. Taylor dropped all of them except for one, and then he lost that one to Teofimo. So, hey, but that's this weekend. Should be a decent scrap. Between two good fighters. Not A-level, but a fight for the hardcore fans. It's on, I think they're Top Rank. Yeah. So let me take a look at the schedule we got coming up. Like I said, this weekend, October 21st, we have Jorge Linares and Jack Catterall. And that's from Liverpool over there in the UK. That's in the super lightweight, 140-pound division. Also Saturday we have Joshua Buatsi. He's taking on Dan Aziz. That's in the light heavyweight division. And that's in London, over in the UK. So there is boxing for the hardcores. They can't do without it this weekend. And then on the 27th, which is next Friday, we have the women's fight. Amanda Serrano going up against Danila Ramos. Okay. And that's down in Florida. And that's for that's featherweight with IBF, WBA, and WBC titles. And I heard something about Serrano was going to be doing a experimental thing for the women, getting 3-minute rounds. I don't know if I'm checking right now because I don't know if they went through with it. I haven't heard anybody talking about it lately. I just heard one person mention it one time. So that would be nice, you know. Oh yeah. And those are for Serrano's titles. But I don't know if I haven't heard anything about them fighting giving them women the 3-minute rounds. Somebody was mentioning it, but I can't find anything about it. Oh, wait a minute. Stop the presses. Oh yeah, it's gonna be first ever women's fight for 12 3-minute rounds. Okay, all right. Amanda Serrano and Danella Ramos. So they doing it. Oh, that's great. So I wonder if it's gonna be a regular thing for the women. Yes, first ever. And it's a unification fight. That is great. So there it is. Amanda Serrano versus Danella Ramos in the first ever women's fight for 12 3-minute rounds. Okay. And that will be Friday, October 27th. Okay. And then the next day, on the 28th, it'll be Tyson Fury against the MMA guy, Francis Ngannou, from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Of course, that's in the heavyweight division. I heard some kind of rumor about the Fury and Usyk camps were in negotiations, trying to get that fight together. Meanwhile, he's going in against this MMA guy. Give me a break. That's all I got to say about that. Also on October 28th, O'Shaquie Foster is putting his WBC junior lightweight title on the line against Eduardo Hernandez. That's in Mexico. O'Shaquie. And on the same day, from Monte Carlo, Monaco, Joe Cordina is putting his junior lightweight title on the IBF on the line against Edward Vasquez. So maybe if both of those guys win, we could get a unification between O'Shaquie and Cordina. They're both fighting on the same day. So hey. That's a good sign. Both should win. I think Cordina will have the tougher test against Edward Vasquez. I don't know why O'Shaquie's going down in Mexico. He's the champion. He's not going to get no kind of favorable decision down there. You better not leave it up to the judges. And if it does go to the judges, he better be dominating them rounds, winning clear-cut rounds. But anyway, O'Shaquie and Cordina fighting on the same day. So maybe if they both win, you get a unification in the junior lightweight division. And that's on next Saturday. 2 championship fights. All right, October 28th. Okay. That would be nice. Okay, moving on. Okay, on the let's okay. Oh no, excuse me, I'm wrong. Cordina and Vasquez is fighting the week after Oshaki. Oshaki's fighting on the 28th, and then the following week will be Cordina and Vasquez on the 4th. Okay. Okay. So then on November 15th, which will be on a 11, on a Wednesday, will be from Japan. Well, you know, they fight at the beginning of the week over there. Naoya Inoue's brother. Okay, junior featherweight champion Naoya Inoue's brother. I'm talking about 3-division champ Naoya Inoue. His younger brother, Takuma Inoue, is putting his WBA bantamweight title. Well, he's fighting Gerwin Ancajas for the vacant WBA bantamweight title. That his brother vacated when he went out to fight Fulton. Okay, so the younger brother is fighting Gerwin Ancajas for that belt. Okay. Nonito Donaire lost to on the Crawford Spence card. He fought for the WBC. Can't even remember the guy's name that beat him. And so it's 2 of those belts still out there vacant, I think. Yeah. So this would be for the WBA. And that's November 15th. Okay. Then the next day on November 16th, from Las Vegas, Nevada, we have Shakur Stevenson going up against Edwin De Los Santos. That's on a Thursday because of the big Formula One race on the Saturday. I guess they didn't want to go straight up head to head with that. So it no matter what day, you know, Shakur Stevenson fighting, it'll be a treat because he's one of the top guys in the. See him having any trouble with De Los Santos. Okay, it should be a dominant performance by Shakur. Maybe a stoppage, but definitely a dominant 12-round decision. Okay, especially since De Los Santos wanted to go up there to Shakur's hometown, call him out. He's going to pay for that. Okay. I mean, a guy like Shakur is good enough. You don't need to give him any more incentive to get pumped up and ready for you. Okay. Because he's already going to be ready enough. So you're going to go up to his hometown and say, I'm in your hometown calling you out? No, De Los Santos. What was you thinking? Okay. The only one between 130 and 140 Well, no, I'm not going to say. I was going to say the only one between 130 and 140 that will have a chance against Shakur is Tank Davis. But Gabriel Matias is nice, and I don't think he could fool with Shakur or Tank, though. He's a level below them. So I'll stick to that. The only one I'm down in those weight classes between 130 and 140 that can fool with Shakur is Tank Davis. And I'm not even sure Tank can beat him. But those two are above anybody else down there. Tank Davis and Shakur Stevens. Okay? So Shakur against Evan De Los Santos, November 16th, Thursday. Okay? And also on that card, we have Emmanuel Navarrete going up against Robson Conceição. Oh, and Shakur and De Los Santos is for the WBC strap. So I didn't know Devin had vacated straps, but it says it's for the WBC 135 strap. So Devin must have let it go. Okay. So Shakur going for his title in his third weight class. But also on that card is Emmanuel Navarrete against Robson Conceição. And that's at junior lightweight. And that'll be for Navarrete's WBO strap, junior lightweight strap. So Conceição was cheated out of the WBC belt against Oscar Valdez when he won that fight and got robbed. And then he got an opportunity against Shakur and lost. So now he's getting another opportunity. And give him a nice, good chance of outboxing Navarrete. Because Conceição is slick. Okay. And hey, this fight is in Vegas. So but he's got to stay away from Navarrete's power, because Navarrete is going to come in and try to come forward and make it a rough fight. Conceição is going to try to do some slick boxing, so this is going to be a classic boxer-puncher matchup. Very good matchup. Emmanuel Navarrete, Robson Conceição. This may be the best fight on the card. I don't know what else is on there, but this promises to be a good fight. You know, I put an asterisk by this one. Emmanuel Navarrete, Robson Conceição, the co-main on the Shakur Stevens and Evan De Los Santos card. Okay, and that's for Navarrete's WBO junior lightweight title, November 16th. Okay. Then on that couple of days later, that Saturday, from Manchester, England, we have Nick Ball going up against Isaac Dogbe. That'll be in the featherweight division. Okay. That may be some kind of title eliminator, I'm not sure. Also on November 18th, Frank Petitjean against Adam Azim. That's in the junior lightweight. That's in England, in the UK, and that's for the European junior lightweight title. Petitjean versus Azim. Then also on Saturday, November 18th, it's Diego Pacheco versus Marcelo Esteban Caceres. That's in the 168-pound division from California. California's been having quite a few fights lately, too. So the big Regis and Devin fight is, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. And on Saturday, November 25th, we have the big rematch between the women. Chantel Cameron against Katie Taylor. For Chantel's undisputed Lightweight? Yeah, I believe it's lightweight. hmm Undisputed. Let me check real quick. I know Chantel won the first fight earlier this year. Now, I don't know if that's going to be 12 3-minute rounds like Serrano and Ramos. I think Serrano and Ramos might be like an experimental thing. But I know the last time, if Chantel and Katie would have had 12 3-minute rounds, Katie would have probably been stopped. Okay. And also, if Katie and Amanda Serrano would have had 12 3-minute rounds in the Garden last year, Katie would have been stopped. Yeah, and that's at junior. I mean, that's at junior welterweight, 140. Yeah. Junior welterweight, 140. Chantel Cameron versus Katie Taylor. Saturday, November 25th. Also on Saturday, November 25th. That's the same day or night as David Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade. Okay. And they had their kickoff press conference this week, and they showed a lot of respect, for each other, which is good, But I think we're gonna get a good fight. Benavidez looked a little unsure of himself there. He didn't look 100% confident to me. But that's just the kickoff press conference, and they got him over like a month and a week to go. So, but yeah. And that's for Benavidez's interim title. Of course, that's at super middleweight. In a perfect world, Canelo would fight the winner. But this is not a perfect world, and Canelo definitely will not be fighting the winner. Canelo's going to coast to retirement, fighting 154, 147 pounds. Who knows? He might bring Inoue or Tank or somebody up from 126 or 135 or something. Who knows? But he's not fighting none of these 168 guys. You can take that to the bank. Okay? That's just Canelo. You got crazy fans that are talking about he's earned the right to fight whoever he wants to fight. So this is just what he's going to do. And he's not going to get stripped. He'll cut him to 168 every now and then and fight a John Ryder or somebody and call that his mandatory. Canelo's going to cruise to retirement. I'm telling you. What's up, Just Do? What's going on, bro? I'm back on here practicing again. Talking about Canelo. But, yeah. Well, David Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade. About their little kickoff press conference they had last week. A lot of respect between them. And Benavidez didn't look 100% confident to me. And oh yeah, a whole lot of people not talking about that Amanda Serrano and Danilo Ramos. That's going to be 12 3-minute rounds, the first time ever for the women. I don't hear too many people talking about that. And that's, when is that? That's October 27th. I think I heard that on your channel before, Just. And then that makes me wonder about Chantel Cameron and Katie Taylor. Is that going to be 12 3-minute rounds? Oh, Lord. Yeah. So, So now Chantel Cameron and Katie Taylor rematch on November 25th. I wonder if that's going to be 12 3-minute rounds. I doubt it. I think Serrano and Ramos is just like a test thing, though. I don't think it's a permanent thing for the women yet, but maybe it will be soon, which is good news because they deserve it. Yeah, that'll be a very good fight. And yeah, and I'm picking man. My heart say Andrade, but I think Benavidez might get him because I don't know what Andrade's going to show up. If he's going to give us 12 rounds, or is he going to give us half the fight? And Benavidez ain't going to fade. He's going to give us 12 rounds, and when you get to the second half, he's still going to be coming on strong. And he is not the one to fade against. That's to see what happened to Caleb Plant. That was his downfall against David. But that's like a little over a month away, November 25th. Yeah. And then we have Michael Conlan, Jordan Gill. That should be decent. And then jump to December 9th, Regis Prograis and Devin Haney. And a lot of people is banking on Devin just boxing Regis' head off, but Regis is a southpaw, so that jab of Devin's, Regis, his lead hand is going to be right there in position to block that jab. So I don't know. I don't think that jab is going to be all that effective as everybody thinks it's going to be on Regis. And Regis is going to dirty that fight up. And I'm looking for him to win. I am looking for Regis to take that fight. Okay, so December 2nd, we have Michael Conlan versus Jordan Gill from Belfast, and that's in the 126-pound division. Also on that card, Keomblin Ejarko, and I butchered that against Troy Williamson. That's in the 154-pound division. Also on December 2nd, Hamza Shiraz versus Liam Williams, 160-pound division from London. Then Ryan Garcia, that's going to be interesting, against Oscar Duarte. I like what they did with the kid. They didn't give him a soft touch. They put him in there against a tough guy. It ain't no guarantee, who's going to win that fight. So I like what they're doing. And that's a confidence builder. He can go up to the 140 in his first fight and beat a guy like Oscar Duarte. So I love that. Where's that fight at? But anyway, that's December 2nd. So I love what they did there with the kid. And it's also his first fight with Derek James. Okay. And like I was saying last time, going from Joe Gooston to Derek James is like night and day different. Okay. Joe Gooston said he was just like the facilitator or something. He said, like, Ryan is calling all the shots and basically training himself. Derek James don't play that. Derek James is hands-on, okay? And being over there with Earl and Frank and Bell, Anthony Joshua, that's a good stable, Just the work ethic of those guys, of Earl Spence, man, or Jamel Charlo. It's good for Ryan, okay? Because he over there with Eddie Reynoso, especially, and Joe Goose. Eddie was, he gave most of his attention to Canelo. Oscar Valdez was the champion then too. He didn't have time for Ryan. And Joe Goosen just admitted Ryan training himself. But over there with Derek said he's got 5: Earl, Mel, Frank, Anthony Josh, AJ, and Ryan. And Derek said he had 5, and that's where he's going to stay at. But he can give each fighter the right amount of time they need. Okay. So Ryan is getting the proper attention he needs from Derrick James, and I can't wait to see him on December the 2nd against Oscar Duarte. Okay. And I like the tough matchup they're giving him, man. I like that. Okay. And then you know what's gonna happen next. He's going in there against Rolly and take that WBA strap from him. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen. But yeah, Ryan will beat Rolly. Rolly's gonna come in there swinging for the fences, no defense, no defensive responsibility whatsoever. Ryan gonna step up in there with that left hook right in the jaw. Rolly gonna be down, just like Tank did him. Ryan gonna be the new WBA champion of the world. Okay, in the 140 division. I don't know how long it's gonna keep it though, unless they play keep away with it, because Subriel Matias is the man at 140. Okay, Teofimo, Regis, Devin, whichever one of them win that, Rolly or Ryan, they can't fool with Subriel. No. You see, Devin didn't go running up there challenging Subriel, did he? I don't know why he didn't pick Rolly, because somebody was saying today that they thought Regis was a weak link at 140, but no, not even close. It's Rolly, man. Rolly got a belt. Okay. Rolly got beat by the old dude. What's his name? Barroso. Rolly got beat by Barroso. Then got gifted a belt by Tony Weeks. Okay. Floyd and them hit Tony Weeks off deep. Okay. So that's how Rolly got his belt. But anyway, December 9th, Regis Prograis versus Devin the Dream Haney from San Francisco, California. In the junior welterweight division for Regis' WBA super title. And like I was just saying, everybody's thinking Devin's going to get in there and box his ears off, and he's not going to get in there and win with no jab like he did Kambosos. But Regis is a southpaw, and his right hand is naturally in position to block that jab. He ain't going to block all of them, but he's going to block a lot of them, okay? And Regis is going to get up inside, and just like Jorge Linares had Devin walking sideways, and it ain't going to take Regis no 10 rounds. And Jorge Linares caught Devin with less than 10 seconds. If it's 30 to 40 seconds more left in that fight, Linares would have stopped him, okay? So, I'm not going to be surprised if Regis stops him. I don't know how so many people is just counting Regis out, man. Because of this one subpar performance he had in this last fight. But what about all the good performances? You gonna just forget all the good fights he had just because he had one bad one? Okay. Like I was saying, Devin, be careful what you wish for. Plus, somebody said earlier today that Devin got beat down in Mexico and Bill paid to have it erased. I don't know how true that is. But Devin Haney, Regis Prograis, December 9th. And then But I'll tell you, boxing is just whew, off the chain, man. We got Jesse Bam Rodriguez versus Sonny Edwards. Unification down in the flyweight division. I think that's what is that? 112? Yeah, 112 flyweight. Okay, and that's a unification. Bam is putting his WBO up against Sonny Edwards IBF. Bam got that. Okay. After where's Chocolatito and the other guy that the guy had the trilogy against. Where are they? Neither one of them has fought since last December. The third fight, I don't think. I know Chocolatito was getting up there. Maybe he didn't retire, but the other guy, what's his name? I got a serious brain lock. But Bam, if Chocolatito is gone, Bam rules down there now. He'll take Edwards' belt. And then, of course, the last fight I see on the schedule is Carter Beterbiev and Callum Smith. January 13th. That was supposed to be in August. That's for Beterbiev's IBF, WBC, and WBO straps. He should be going up against Bivol for his undisputed. Bivol putting his WBA up, but Mauricio wouldn't sanction it, talking about Bivol is Russian. Beterbiev is Russian too, I thought. He's a Canadian citizen now, but then I thought Bivol lived in California. So I don't know what Mauricio's talking about. He don't know what he's talking about either, to tell you the truth. But I bet you if Canelo wanted to fight Bivol, put his WBC up, Mauricio would sanction that. He's going to do what Canelo wants him to do. So that's terrible. But hey, that's boxing. But we love it. And we love it. But we're still waiting on that big announcement from Tank. Supposed to be fighting early next year. And I heard Coach Kenny earlier today, somebody told him Pitbull doesn't deserve no fight against Tank. And they hope it ain't Pitbull. And Coach Kenny talked like it could be Pitbull. He said they want to show Tank against Pitbull with two hands. So, oh man, it might be Pitbull. Well, anyway, one good thing about if it is Pitbull, we'll get to see Tank knock him out, and they can stop all that nonsense about he was exposed and all that, because Pitbull went the distance to get him. So if it is him, at least we'll be rid of that kind of nonsensical talk. But yeah, and Pitbull will get another stimulus check. I guess he'll be happy. He might retire. You know, I see why he ran from Shakur, the way Giovanni Cabrera did him. I mean, Pitbull won the fight, but he looked terrible against Cabrera. Couldn't hurt him. Started fighting dirty. I see why he ran from Shakur. Shakur would have made him look like an amateur. Okay. But brace yourself, people. It might be Pitbull. So I don't know why Calvin said it was a big announcement. That ain't no big announcement, Pitbull. Just announcing, let Tank go in there and knock him out and get it over with and then move on. I was hoping it would be Loma, you know. I mean, Loma would get slept for the first time, but he had the skills to make it last for a while, you know. He can go in there and against the Tank and be the Matrix until he ended up getting Matrixed. But And then the fight I'm really waiting for is Shakur and Tank eventually. Oh yeah, I heard something about Bud and Earl rematch early next year, around February or something. But it hadn't been any kind of indication of what weight class it's going to be at, though. But if Earl wanted the undisputed so bad, would it have to be at 47? Because at 54, they're not fighting for any kind of belt or anything. So what about all these people talking about the belt means so much? So you're going to have this big super fight too for no belt, for nothing? It shows you how much the belts are worth. Okay. But if they both have a hard time making 47, hey. Crawford is talking about fighting Canelo. I think he'll go up there and the same thing that happened to Mel will happen to him. Crawford, they're going to give Canelo all the respect that Mel gave him. But it's just too far, man. But Crawford still had the same speed and same ring generalship moving around there at 68 that he has at 47. You know? All that weight might affect the footwork and everything. He might walk the street 70, 75, 80, but it's a difference fighting up there, you know, at that weight. And now Tim Tszyu was talking about he wanted to go up there and fight Canelo. And Canelo will do it. His next opponent will be one of them from down there, a couple weight classes below. That's going to be the rest of his career. He's not going to fight Benavidez or Morrell or Andrade or Cater Plant or Billy or any of those guys. He's not going to do it. And he won't get stripped. Because like I said before, he'll find a John Ryder or somebody to fight and call that is mandatory. You know? And then pull somebody else up from 135 or something and fight them. And his fans to be, yeah, Canelo, then to be great. He pulled Tank up from 135 and beat him. It's crazy, man. But that's boxing. We put up with a lot. But we love it. And they know it. That's why they feed us this garbage. But, you know, it's not all garbage. This has been a great year for boxing. A throwback year. And it's going out just like it came in. Look what we got coming up. We got Shakur coming up next month. We got Regis and Devin. We got Benavidez and Andrade. We got Baron Rodriguez and Sonny Evans. We got two great women's fights, Amanda Serrano and Danila Ramos. 12 3-minute rounds for the women. Then we got Chantel Cameron and Katie Taylor. I don't know whether that's going to be 12 3 minutes or the normal 10 2 minutes, but it's a rematch and it's for undisputed. Okay. AB, I think they moved AB back to December. Who else? We got, get another look at Jamel Herring. Oh yeah, we got O'Shaquie Foster. We got Joe Cordina. It's big fight after big fight. This year is going out just like it came in, on a high note, man. So boxing fans, we have had a good year. And it's not over. It is not over. So it's now 4:33. We'll start getting ready for work in about a half hour. Wow. The weekend. What day is Tuesday? What am I talking about? I had an extra day to the weekend this week. I didn't work yesterday. So my weekend is officially ending today. But we got Jack Cattermole and Jorge Linares this weekend. You know, Jorge is like 38. Jack is not A-level, but they're two good fighters, and they about on the same level, and they should give us a good scrap. You know, it's a fight, and that's what us hardcore fans want to see, somebody fight. So, hey, looking forward to that. And that's Saturday, and that's from the UK. Jorge Linares, Jack Cattermole. Okay. So, it's another test run for me. I mean, there's no wrench by his name, man. I gave him one. Okay. But I'm out. Everybody take care. Have a good week. See ya.